Remove the counter on this thing. Shoot this, Delta's face, and Deadly's face. They got something. Ooh, they just took down our dragon, but then they die.
Today on Commander Replay, we check out the biggest, dumbest, reddest creatures I can find in Neheb's Red Creatures I Wanna Play Tribal. Next on Commander Replay. Hey guys, there's two great ways to support the channel. All links are in the description below.
Welcome back, everyone. Playing some Neheb the Eternal Big Dumb Red Creatures today. Well, let's take a look at this opener. If it had more lands, probably keep it. We're gonna mulligan that, even though it's got stuff I like. We could do better. If we find a third land, Burnished Heart is cool. There's 36 lands. We'll try it. So the reason I'm playing this deck today is because I built a version of this deck in paper, and basically just as a means to play these really big red creatures that you don't get to run anywhere else because they're too expensive, too mana inefficient, and it's not that their effects are terrible. It's just that they're so expensive to get going that it makes them difficult to use. So decided to make a deck built around those. We'll keep this. If you guys recall my Aurelia Exemplar Red Creatures I Want to Play Tribal, it's essentially what that deck became. I actually pulled that deck apart and turned it into this because as much as I like that deck, it always got awkward. Like, it just never produced enough mana to kind of deal with the inefficiency of some of the stuff in that deck. And so I thought to myself, you know what? The deck just needs to make more mana. That deck seems like it got stuck on mana like every single time I played it. So I thought switching to Neheb would accomplish more of what I wanted to accomplish. And because it's mono red, so when you run white gives you access to like a lot of good protection spells and stuff like that, that all really good stuff, cool cards, but sort of take away from what I wanted the deck to be. Like, it's easy to get distracted going in on too much protection and reanimation and equipment tutors and this and that. You play mono red, you lose all that stuff, so it's just like, well, we just got to ramp into big creatures now. So I kind of like the focus of just the single color here. And so anyway, I played my paper deck for the first time this morning with this thing, and someone was at 6 life, and I actually killed them with the Bloodfire Colossus, and that was basically the most exciting thing ever, because I've had a Bloodfire Colossus or two sitting around in my binder for more than a decade at this point. So, so that was a really exciting kill for me. Eventually went on to win the game, but I did blow up all my own creatures in the process of activating that Bloodfire Colossus. But it was a good time nonetheless, and has inspired me to film a little video with a deck that is very similar to the one I played. So anyway, it brings it back to our turn. Another land. Lands are good. Nothing to do on 2 here. We'll pass like that. My paper version of this deck isn't as high curve as this one. It does have, obviously, some big things in the top, but I was kind of working with what I had left, right? This is kind of a leftovers deck more than it's anything. So it does not, my paper version does not have this many high drops in it. Cards that I'd like to get, Myojin of Roaring Blades. I played my Ashling deck in paper also earlier today and got one of these in, and this card is really good if you can pay the mana for it. Which this deck can, right? So, because 7/4 Indestructible blocks most things profitably, and just having that ability to blow up 3 things whenever you need to is so incredibly good. So, I really like that one. I had Magmatic Force in that game too, actually right next to the Myojin. So I'm doing pretty good today with big dumb red creatures and getting them into play. Hopefully that trend continues into this video. Jammed a few other things in here. Got a Soulfire Eruption just because, I don't know where you play this card. So this is one of the few decks that's going to make enough mana to actually cast this thing. Apex of Power, same sort of idea. Not that this one's unplayable, but it is a lot of mana to get going. So, but like I was trying to say, my paper version of this deck is the curve is a little more balanced at 3 and 4. There's a little bit more going on here. I mean, I guess there's a lot of 3 drops in this deck, but it kind of it works its way up a little bit more instead of just like this version, which is just all kind of top end stuff. So we do have Blast Furnace Hellkite in here, which from what I've been hearing, this card is very strong. But it's a win condition. Basically, people die when it comes in, is what I've been hearing. So generally, this deck is for creatures that are underloved. I do think that this will probably turn into a staple for many red decks going forward. But since I haven't really played it yet, haven't seen it on the channel, just thought I would throw it in here. But it's probably a little bit better than what I would recommend for like this particular version of the build, just because it is Neheb, and Neheb is a very strong commander. So this is the type of deck where if you're trying to keep it like moderately casual, you're gonna need to hold back at least a little bit, if not a fairly significant amount. So anyway, yeah, that's a look at the deck. Big dumb red creatures. Hopefully get to do something stupid with this Bloodfire Colossus. That would make me so happy. There's a Flame Rift. That'll be really good once Neheb is in. I have less burn spells in my paper version of the deck. I probably need to get a few more, honestly. But I do have a lot of the creatures that do damage. Inferno Titan, Tectonic Giant, stuff like that that does trigger Neheb. And there's a Fabro Elder in for 7 deadly. It's pretty good. Also an Ignoble Hierarch. That's a lot of mana. Oh, that one? I hate that one. Oh, God. That deck is always just like 5-color control and just miserable. Ugh. Didn't know that's what we were getting into. So anyway, taking a read of our commander, you've probably seen it before. Neheb the Eternal, 5 mana, 4/6, afflict 3, and at the beginning of your post-combat main phase, add a red mana for each 1 life your opponents have lost this turn. So play a burn spell or attack someone harshly and make a lot of mana is the name of this deck. Taking a look at what our opponents are playing today, we got Fish Set Fish piloting Elesh Norn, Mother of Machines. Yeah, haven't seen this one in action yet, but a lot of hype surrounding it. A lot of chit chat. I even did a video myself on it. Anyway, we'll take a read of this. 5 mana, 4/7. So much toughness. Vigilance. If a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, do it an additional time. Permanents entering the battlefield don't cause abilities of permanents your opponents control to trigger. I'm sure I'll get confused on that negative wording at some point. So we can play something that triggers one of Fish's permanents, but nothing played will trigger any of our permanents is probably the easiest way to think about that. But, I'm curious about this deck. So I think just generically it's a strong card. Like, I mean, just a 5 mana 4/7 is with Vigilance is like, you're not going to have profitable attacks or blocks into that for like a ways into the game. So that's a thing. Then obviously there's a Panharmonicon Torpor Orb thing going on. But being that it's a mono white commander, I still kind of wonder, like, how do you close the game out, right? Like, mono white is kind of notorious for just being super, super slow to win the game. And even more so with Blink decks, because I've played mono white Blink and I've played Boros Blink on a number of occasions. And as fun as they are, like, they just don't win the game quickly. Like, they value like crazy, but actually getting to a win, and especially a win that's like sort of focused on what you're doing and not just like, I don't know, Insurrection in the case of a red deck, or what does white even have? I don't know. Cataclysm? Who knows? So yeah, I'm very curious to see where this deck goes and like how strong it actually is as a deck, knowing that the card itself is kind of strong just in like it's going to affect the board greatly, but doesn't actually, it's not like Neheb where, maybe it is. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, let's take our turns. This one come in tapped. This one does indeed come in tapped. I threw a little bit of lifelink in here, so I figured we'd be able to offset the life loss on this thing if we catch a Luxodon Warhammer or a Shadow Spear. And haste is just good, especially for this deck. So next turn, we're on pace to cast Neheb with haste and poke in somewhere and get a little extra mana. Although I don't know that it'll necessarily be enough extra mana to like make cool stuff happen, but we will see. There's Elesh Norn. Yep. ETBs. We need to check for ETBs. I think we're pretty light on ETBs. 1, 2, over to Delta. Here's one I haven't seen. The Ever-Changing Dane. Oh, is that like half Dane? I definitely have a half Dane in my binder. Always meant to build it. Never did. We'll get there someday. Anyway, Esper for a 3/3, sacrifice another creature. The Ever-Changeling Dane becomes a copy of the sacrificed creature, except it has this ability. Yeah, okay. So it is the updated version of half Dane. I can get down with that. Navigation Orb, what is this? 3 and 2, sacrifice it. Search the library for up to 2 basic land cards or gates. Put one onto the battlefield, the other into the hand. That's interesting. That is, I'd say, slightly worse than Burnished Heart. I'd probably still go Burnished Heart over that, but like, I don't know, for a deck that's trying to ramp like crazy, you could probably run both. Taps the Fabro for 5 mana, yeah. Seems good with the Garth the One-Eyed in play. That's a lot of extra mana, is what that is. Who's getting the 5/5? No one's getting the 5/5. They're just going to pass, holding up all their mana. That's not terrifying. That makes life a little bit terrible in the sense that opponent could just terror on Neheb, which I would not be thrilled about. There's a Blasphemous Act. Do we just play a Blasphemous Act? Or do we wait? That's a question. Probably hold off for like a turn. I'm surprised they didn't cast their commander. They had a free shot at their commander right there. That's something. How much mana is this? That's 7 mana. I think we need to tiptoe a little bit right here. I think if we go Neheb with haste, I'm not convinced that they spend the terror on that. I don't exactly know what our follow-up is, if we even have one really, but I could commune with lava. It's not the most exciting commune with lava. Yeah, maybe we commune with lava for just like a little bit. Actually, maybe we just commune with lava and think about the board wipe. Because I want to get this out of our hand just because we do have this thing, which can draw us a lot of cards with the right setup. So, yeah, let's commune with lava. How much are we going? We'll go... Oh, God, that's 3 life. Yeah, we'll go X5. Hope we kind of hit some, like, low drops and things. Let's see what we hit. Ignite the Future, I like. Price of Progress. Ooh, yeah. Price of Progress is very good. Buried Ruin is good. Now the question will be trying to get all this stuff out of our exile pile. Spirited Companion. Draws a card. They'll draw 2 cards. Seems good. Notion Thief. Ew. I guess that's why they were holding back. But oh yeah, they're gonna draw some cards now. Okay, that's kind of gross. It's kind of gross. What's this one say? 2 damage to each opponent or 1 damage to each creature. Skyclave. Ooh. Skyclave Apparition. What's getting exiled? Notion Thief down. Fabro Elder down. Yeah, that's I like that play. I like that play a lot. Ooh. Sajiri Step with an Elesh Norn. Protection to 2 things. It's not terrible. Wow. Elesh Norn. Over to 7 deadly. Yeah, it's Garth with Niv Mizzet is just... It's a lot of stuff. 1-2 our way, that's fine. There's a lot of value right here. A lot of value, a lot of utility, some removal. This probably finds more removal. Nastiness. I'm hoping we can get them to like drop some creatures in and just kind of blow away everything in a Blasphemous Act here. That's kind of what I'm hoping on. Soul Ring. God, if we caught something stupid like a Mana Geyser or Iron Crag Feet, Iron Crag might not be the best. Geosurge could be solid though. Any of those ritual type things could be kind of ridiculous. I wonder if I still have a doubling cube in paper. I know I had a couple at one point. I don't know if I traded them or not. Seems like it'd be good for this deck. Have to try to figure out where those ran off to. Huh. Opponent leaving up what looks like Cyclonic Rift mana. It's not the most ideal. Opponent's going to activate the Garth. Yeah, what are we going for? Terror. What are we terroring? Norn, probably? Yep, Norn. Okay. What I like now is that if they want to go for Niv Mizzet, that taps them out. Well, I guess they can make the Black Lotus. So they could have like 1 spell, but there's a 5th land. But still, that Fabro Elder going down, that's a big deal. That is a lot of 5 extra mana a turn. This early into a game, really big deal. So, nice plays from Fish right there to get rid of that. Yeah, okay, here comes the Niv Mizzet. And they'll get a bunch of cards. They can make a Black Lotus at instant speed if they need to. Oh, God. Oh, Coma? Windgrace's Judgment? Disgusting. Maelstrom Nexus? Rashmi? That's some nasty stuff. I didn't see any counter spells in there, so that's good. Making the Black Lotus. What are we going for? Yeah, Journey to Eternity? Crap. That makes what I was planning way less good here. Turn it to the battlefield? Yeah, that's nasty. Makes Blasphemous Act not do what I was hoping it would do. Oh, this turn's going to be tricky. Deflecting Swat? Nah, it's not really what I was after. Play the Buried Ruin. Yeah, I think we cast Neheb. Use the Hall the Bandit Lord. I'm going to swing into Fish because this looks like Rift mana. I think we can wait till the... I've never tried this before. I think we can wait till the trigger's on the stack and then cast Price of Progress. That's what I'm thinking about doing. Fish is just going to take. Yeah, there's the... Oh, it doesn't work that way. That's not how it works. Crap. It's not a resolution thing. Mess that up. Oh, that sucks. Well, I mean, if this deck is just going to play like... Oh, we can't really hold the Price of Progress, can we? Okay. Yeah, it's a big punt. Let's see. We'll cast Price of Progress, though, because we're going to lose it anyway, and it's going to be a ton of damage to this deck. Actually, a lot of damage to us, too. It's unfortunate. Down to 25. Oh, yeah. Messing this turn up really badly. Which, I mean, this thing. We have 5 mana left. Maybe we just Ignite the Future. More stuff. Got some lands, a wheel, Thran Dynamo. Okay. Pass like that. A couple things go to exile. God, that would have been so much mana. Draws a card. I was kind of hoping they would just recast Elesh, because that sort of slows this thing down. But I guess the good news is if they try to removal spell, we've got this, which is something. Fish coming our way. With everything. Board wipe? Actually, I don't think I would mind a Rift right here, because it would slow this nonsense down. And we only lose Neheb, and that's like not too bad. We can recast with haste. We lose a lot of life doing it, but board wipe. Destroy all creatures. Yeah, rip that band-aid off. Here we go. Probably a good thing again that... I mean, that punt wasn't good, but we're now going to lose less into that than we would have if we just try to lay out all of our creatures in that. Opponent's going to get another trigger. They're going to get some 4/4s back. That does not seem great. Only 1/4/4? Oh, that's interesting. 1/7/7? Don't know how that happened. Does it combine them? That's strange. Yeah, opponent didn't cast anything with all that mana. That's interesting. Mind Flayer. Gain control of target creature for as long as you control Mind Flayer. I mean, this is probably safer over there than it is anywhere else. Yeah. Take their commander. Love it. Incentivize, you just kind of like leave that there for now. Ever-changing Dane coming back in, or coming in for the first time, rather. They can sacrifice the commander anytime they want to, but this is one of those things that, like, you just recast it and you keep gaining more and more value, and it's, like, such a pain. The thing we have to watch out for, I guess, is if, like, opponent goes coma and then they make a coma, that's really bad. Like, that's... I can't explain how bad that is for all of us. Coma. Yep, that's what I was worried about. 7/7 to Delta. Trying to put some pressure on him. Maybe try to get the commander killed so they can get it back. They're going to block. They can do some tricks. Yep. And have it, what, become a coma? Because that would make sense. No, they haven't become Niv Mizzet. Oh, it becomes a copy of the sacrificed creature. Okay. So you can't choose coma with it, but that's still a 6/6 flyer, is what that is. The good news is only 1 mana up, and if it's a swords or something, we can just redirect it, so that's good news. Boy, would a mana geyser make me happy. Just got so many good cards that we need to get out of our hand. We can't get them all out. It's a land. Play a mountain. Cast Neheb. Opponent said they forgot about Atzal. Yep. We have a land destruction? No, we don't have any land destruction cards currently. Play the Flame Rift. Do it right this time. Our own life is getting very low. Very, very low. Down to 14. Swing this into fish. 16 red mana. That's like 2 spells. Let's cast Thran Dynamo. Cast the Hellkite. Got 6 mana left. And it's not a great amount, really. God, I want to use these cards, but I don't think wheeling's the answer here. I think we just gotta let it go. What makes this interesting is that, like, they nearly have lethal over here. Norn's Annex, okay. Not awful. On flavor, I can dig it. I've died through a Norn's Annex where I would have been fine if it were like Ghostly Prison or something. That's always frustrating, but one opponent's real low on life. Delta can spare a little, though. Ajani's Pridemate, okay. And Charming Prince, gain 3 life. Scry, which one are we going with? And a gain 3 life. Pridemate will get pumped up. Coma continuing to trigger. I feel like Delta's got something good in hand that they've been holding back. That turn where they didn't cast anything for 7 mana, I mean, that really smelled like a rift, but no, it's Axe. Well, the problem is now, Coma's gonna do a lot to our opponents, because that's a lot of tokens. They can tap stuff down. They could kill us, actually. It's not great. Oh, their commander's in the graveyard. It's interesting. It's a fairy. Norn's not back, is she? She is not. The -3 would actually be helpful. Oh, they wouldn't draw a card. Bummer. Sizzle would be a nice pickup off the top. Once again, Mana Geyser or any other ritual effect. We just need mana. We need way more mana. Yeah, it does some attacking into our opponents. Sends 1 into us. That amount of life is actually relevant. Are they going to tap us down? It doesn't give them double strike coming in our way. We'll just block. Fish is going to block. I imagine Delta's got a little life to work with. They could take this. Now they're going to block. Mind Flayer did its job. They're in Esper. They could easily have reanimate or something like that. They would definitely steal this coma. We stay at 14. Need to find that lifelink real soon. Or just figure out a way to kill our opponents. Both are reasonable options. Untaps 2 lands. I can't imagine we're going to get an attack off, especially with the Hellkite. And unfortunately, this kills Neheb, this one kills Neheb, which is something I've been trying to work out. And I'm like, how do we prevent damage to our stuff in mono red? Seething Song is a little bit helpful. Play a mountain. Actually, hold off on the mountain. What are we doing this turn? Go to combat? Yeah, I mean, we can't blow this thing up. Yeah, go to combat, see what happens. 7 Deadly says they have interaction, which they'll use. Maybe we're counting on that. They didn't tap us, so I think we just send both into 7 Deadly and then make Neheb unblockable. That'd be lethal, right? I think that's... Yeah, that's 18 if they... Well, they don't have any blockers. Depends on what they have for interaction here. Hoping it's not Etherize. That'd be terrible. Fish Scoops. Emergency came up. It's unfortunate. Assassin's Trophy. We can get rid of the Planeswalker with that. Choose target spell. We can get the land with it. Use the ability. Oh, it has to hit an opponent's thing. Okay. I guess they're commander then. I was going to try to retarget it over here, but Delta has Void Rend. Oh, that's fine. No harm, no foul. Wait, destroy target non-land permanent? Oh. I don't know if I like that. Wait. They're going to just... That's frustrating. Their commander will go down. I mean, I guess they don't want us to have all the mana, which I get, but, like, it was going to kill them. And now we have to deal with the coma problem. They go down to 7, which is a very unfortunate number for our Bloodfire Colossus here. We have 7 total mana, 8 when we play that. This could get us, what, 2 more? So 10, potentially. The 7/7 is a giant problem. It's a giant problem. Or do we roll the dice with Ignite the Future? Let's see what happens there. Yeah, Delta says I should have waited till damage. Yeah, that wasn't great. I think we just played the Bloodfire Colossus and hope for the best. Play the Mountain, using the Seething Song to do it. Yeah, we have to, if we want to leave it up. I mean, I guess the other option... How much? Because we did 10 damage. The other option is Seething Song, Blasphemous Act, Nullspine Dragon. That's a draw 10. The problem is that they still have the coma. The coma's still an issue. Yeah, let's try it. Because Bloodfire Colossus doesn't really solve our problems. Seething Song. Blasphemous Act. Gains Indestructible. Oh, wait a second. Oh, actually, maybe we do go for the Bloodfire now. They're going to tap down our land. I mean, we're probably going to have to tap that. Trying to tap down multiple lands, so tap that one for mana. Let's see, that's 4. That's 4. We wouldn't have the one left to leave up the Bloodfire Colossus, which is unfortunate. Or we could go on the Ignite the Future. Maybe we go on the Ignite the Future plan. Yeah, maybe we Ignite the Future. Pay 3 life. Tap all that. Things get blown up. Flashback, Ignite the Future, and hope to get lucky. Wow, really? Really? Cast an Armillary Sphere for free. Wow, that sucks. End step, they're going to destroy the Atzal. That's a great idea. Also on the end step, Anguished Unmaking on the Coma. Nice. That is huge news. Huge news. Because we are wide open to a shot from that coma. There's no more serpents. Yeah. Awesome. Everyone's kind of reset now. Although Delta's going to get the first untap here, which is definitely advantageous. Ever-changing Dane back into play. They don't have anything they can sacrifice. They still have a ton of mana up. What are they sitting on? Did they just have nothing? And we've been, like, playing around nothing the whole time? I don't know. Probably should have just went for the Nullspine Dragon, honestly. I'm trying, like, they're on, like, the 1 yard line, right? If we can get them to tap this thing, then we can just hold the thing over their head. 2 counters on it, gain 4 life for destroying enchantment. They might gain life. They're gaining life. Oh, that's disappointing. Up to 11. Soul Herder, they're going to gain more life. And untap 2 lands. Earthquake. Nice. How much for Neheb? 9. Ooh. So you can probably Earthquake for like 3 or 4. Oh, do we have to be careful, though? Let's get the Nykthos before we forget to do that. We have 14 total mana. Bloodfire Colossus and swing? Let's try to get our commander back. Strip Mine on the Rogue's Passage is unfortunate. We'll tap for mana. We'll Earthquake. Gonna try to leave that Nykthos up, because that can make a lot of extra mana that we badly need. Earthquake for 3. Things get blown up. We're down to 5. We're really running low on life. Swing into 7 deadly. 10 red mana. Are we giving up on... I think we're giving up on Bloodfire. We need to draw cards at this point. Makes me sad. Choose opponent. Use the ability. What do we get? Cool stuff if we had, like, time and mana left to our name, which we don't really. This isn't terrible. That is not terrible. Let's use this. Get 5 mana. Get the Worn Power Stone. And crack the sphere, I guess. Get 2 more mountains. Fast like that. Let's see what... we need to discard one. Discard a mountain. Turn 9. We're on 10 lands. Not too bad. Not too bad. Tell an opponent you don't know how much I wanted them to be at 6. Oh, what's opponent doing over here? Okay. Rogue class. Has Menace. Gets their commander back. I think that was 7 mana. That taps them out. That's not the scariest things that could have happened. Draws with the Teferi. They're getting close to that ultimate there. We'll want to think about that. That's something to keep in mind. 61 cards left in our deck. Still looking for that lifelink. 28 life is... Ooh, with Menace? It's kind of a lot. It's kind of a lot. I guess we could go Roaring Blades with haste, and then just shoot 7 deadly and kill them with the Roaring Blades trigger. I mean, it's not a Bloodfire Colossus, but it's not that far away either. Same CMC. Also shoot their commander and then just blast them. Yeah, I think that's the play, I think. We have an elemental? We do. No, that's not... what opponent just do? They shot our... When they play? Oh, Windgrace? Oh, Casualties of War. Ugh. Okay, that's going to change things a little bit. Rogue class down. Haul the Bandit Lord down. Thran Dynamo down, so our mana just went down. We lost a haste. We got another haste right here. But we can still get the Myojin. Man, the Myojin's pretty good. Okay, how much mana will we actually have? That's 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 12. If we do that, do we actually still need haste? I'm trying to figure out when to get the land or the Volakut. Let's just cast the Roaring Blades. Anything we do's got to start with that, so. And then, actually I don't know if we have enough to... So if we do that, that'll make 4 mana, but then we don't have the one to activate the thing. So we'll probably go Volakut this turn then. Yeah, cast the Tectonic Giant. Let's see. Do this. Make 4 mana. Oh. Wait. Do we have 5 somehow? Oh, this says triple. This says triple. No, I think we're good. Okay. Make a lot of red. Triple red. 5. Yeah. Excellent. Cast Tectonic Giant. Play Hainware Battlements. Give it haste. Remove the counter on this thing. Shoot this, Delta's face, and Deadly's face. God, I love this card. I mean, we probably should have just hasted this, right? Oh, well. They got something. I like this card a lot. Like, you can't use it everywhere, but... ooh, they just took down our dragon, but then they die. Okay, so we're not going to get the punches into Delta super hard. Gives them a chance. Is what it is. Do this. We'll do the damage mode. Just trying to get their life down. So I think Delta had, like, not much all game. Maybe they had that Anguished I'm making, but I think that's what they were sitting on. We haven't seen, like, a Rift or anything real, Evacuation, any of those big, like, bounce spells. But I guess things have worked out so far, right? Like, we don't have a ton of life to our name, but we have board position right now. Ooh, I've been meaning to use this one. They're at 15? We can get 15, right? Ooh, that's a lot of mana. Still 4 to go, huh? Guess we're using the Nykthos early. Cast Neheb. So much mana. Give it haste. Go to combat. Rep 5, so we should be like a little careful, but I think we're okay. Send them. 3 damage to each opponent. I guess that's only one opponent now, but still something. They're going to block the big one. Sure. They take a bunch of damage, go down to 5. Getting close. Getting really close. 10 red mana. Let's get Chandra. This will put them on a real serious clock. Give them the emblem. Then what we have? We have 4 to 5 mana left. Play the Volakut. And pass like that. Hope they don't find something with haste. Opponent loses life. Bribery. There was an Urabrask in our deck. Is there an Urabrask? Anything with haste kills us. That's not good. That is not good. Oh, they're going to get us with the Tectonic Hellion. All right. That's, yeah. Someone's got to sack some lands. It's probably us. Actually, I don't know. They got to sack their own lands. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. Opponent getting us with the bribery. Yeah, there's a piece of tech you don't see much of anymore. You need someone like me playing the biggest, dumbest 8-drops they can find. Good game to Delta. Pulling it out. We could have left a blocker. Blocker would have been smart. They were down to 4? Yeah, we could have just played it a little smarter there at the end, but that's fine. I got to do what I wanted to do. We killed someone with the Myojin and the Roaring Blades. That's really what this deck is about. It's not about being as strong as it possibly can. It's just about playing stuff you don't get to see all the time. Didn't get to see the Soulfire Eruption. Would have been cool to see that just because you don't get to run it ever. I don't know that we would have had like time or tempo to cast it, but could have been fun. That Ignite the Future flashback was terrible. Where is that? Right there. Yeah, I think honestly, if we go for the dragon right there and we just draw the cards and give up on the Bloodfire Colossus thing, then we're probably in better shape for the next turn because that's the play we had to make for the next turn. So I think we're one turn ahead of where we kind of were at the end, and that probably helps a whole lot. But yeah, we got to see some cool stuff. We saw a little bit of the Elesh Norn deck, and there's definitely a lot of value there. My question is still, how does that deck actually close out the game? 5-color Neheb Mizzet is always a terrible time. I'd like to see a little bit more of the Dane deck, just because cloning stuff is always kind of fun. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. Thank you for watching.
I want to thank my awesome Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. If you want to help support the channel, vote on which decks I play next, or if you want to get some good games of Spell Table, be sure to check out my Patreon at the link below.